Hello, Seekers. It's your favorite Divinatrix Wildly of Wildly Tarot and Wild Moon Medicine Collective. And we are here for the final Moonday message for the month of November as we sidestep into December. And we're entering this space. This is the last piece of the Eclipse Portal that we've been navigating since the previous full moon. It comes to a close this Friday with the dark moon. So if you tuned into the message last week, if not, feel free to check that out. We're really dealing in this Eclipse Portal with the ways in which we might hand away our power to different hierarchies, different systems, or to different persons, because we may or may not feel confident in our own sovereignty and our own ability to figure things out. So this message feels really poignant at this time, particularly with the cards that I pulled. And it also feels really connected with the current offering that I have on the table. It is a year in your cards. We get to craft the energetic blueprint for you for 2022, which can really support the monkey mind in letting go of anxiety or worry when you have a map handed to you that you can lean on as your year progresses, just to kind of help you prepare in your soul work and in your life's work. And I'm offering only 13 of those, and I actually only have 9 of those remaining for this year in December. So if you would like, please check out my bio, check out my link tree, and you can get signed up for those. Also offering them for my fellow soulpreneurs if you would like to get an energetic blueprint for both yourself and your business and see how they interact and influence one another. Can be super supportive for the brain. So as we step back into this eclipse season, this is what is occurring. We're coming to the completion of whatever got shaken up last week. So really feeling into what came up last week with regards to your own sovereignty, your own power. What came up? Were you crunchy with your partner? Did you have difficulties in the workspace? Did you feel really agitated at yourself and what you were showing up with in your life? That is the space that you are being invited into for the remainder of this week as we step into dark moon time, to look at and analyze and decide, what pieces of this do I want to continue forward into the next month, the next moon cycle, as well as into 2022, the year of the tiger, and which ones of these am I done with? Am I complete with? Do they no longer serve me? And in holding on to them, they're actually creating suffering or dissonance. So the cards that are supporting that, we have here the Death card. My favorite card. It's the card of transformation. It's the card of taking the scythe and saying, I'm cutting this away. I'm cutting this cord. I'm cutting this relationship. I'm cutting this activity. I'm cutting this reaction. Whatever the piece is that is preventing you from really feeling in alignment with power in your life. This is the invitation and request during this eclipse cycle, that we clear the dross and get really focused and clean on what does serve us and bring that into focus in our lives. And it's supported here with the archetype of the Underworld. So I'm not going to lie to you. This kind of work is not comfortable. It's not comfortable. It's not easy. We don't often gravitate towards it freely and willingly because it's not fucking fun. It's hard to really be honest with ourselves and really look at our piece of the puzzle when things are in dissonance. It's really painful to recognize, oh, I've handed my power away. Oh, that's my 50% of this relationship experience. Oh, this is a reflection of choices that I have made internally, and allowed to be, right? Like, this is underworld, this is shadow work, this is stepping into sometimes the dark night of the soul and getting really, really honest with ourselves. And it came here with the word responsibility. This is our responsibility as souls inhabiting these animal bodies. We come here to experience density, to experience the full spectrum of feelings from bliss to bliss's opposites. And none of them are necessarily good or bad. They're all simply available experiences for each one of us. And yet it is always our responsibility to recognize our piece of things, our piece of the puzzle. How are we influencing this experience that we may or may not prefer? And our power resides in experiencing that responsibility and then choosing how we want to move forward. And that's without shame or blame or judgment. We are all learning. We're all human animals in this experiential soup, and we only know what we know at any given moment. And then we grow and change. We go through the death card, we learn, and we start to approach life differently. So the final piece here is the rose quartz pillar. You know, pillars, this is how it directs the energy. Rose quartz is all about love and compassion and softness and acceptance. And so I want to really like turn this rose quartz pillar towards ourselves, towards our heart, and in particular our high heart here, and allow that compassion. When we go through these underworld moments, it can be really painful. And we can hold compassion for that previous version of ourselves who only knew what they knew. We don't need to shame ourselves. We don't need to hold blame or judgment upon ourselves or another person. We can say, oh, that version of myself was doing the best they could at that moment. And now this version of myself can do better, or can do differently, or is curious about having a different outcome or a different experience. I love rose quartz for that. We can always soften. We don't need to stay in the past. We don't need to hold negativity toward that past version. We can simply continue on the spiral of our lives and allow experience to continue to teach us and hone us and refine us into the elders that we are slowly becoming. That feels like the Moonday message for you this week. I hope that it serves you well. I hope that you have everything that you need. And again, if you would like to have a map of prosperity for 2022, please check out my offering, A Year in Your Cards, and I would be delighted to serve you in that way. Also, my calendar is pretty well booked for December, but January is full. Open. And I would love to fill it with you. So please do check out my calendar, schedule a reading for yourself. It is not an indulgence or a luxury. It is, in fact, a beautiful gift to allow yourself to be held and to allow yourself the space to be seen and witnessed so you can move into the new year with clarity and grace. I hope that this serves, and I will see you again next Moonday.